Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of your OGR as the Edmonton Oilers walk away with a game to dub over the Calgary Flames as we tied the series up at 1, baby, with a massive game where the Edmonton Oilers were just absolutely insane. Connor McDavid was just all over the place. Zach Hyman was brilliant. The refs were completely ass where they waved off 2 goals that should have been goals. It was an absolute gong show of a night for the refs, and I'm surprised it didn't screw us over because we had 2 goals turned against us. 1 goal that should have been a goal, 1 goal that was, goalie interference, but 1 goal that shouldn't have been disallowed. But the Edmonton Oilers, with all the adversity, were able to make it back into the game and able to pull away with a massive dub. So it was amazing. It was an amazing game. I was not expecting it at all for us to really play like this against the Flames. So before we get into all that, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated here, boys. So let's get into this bad boy here with the Oilers. And like I was saying, I was pretty surprised that we were actually able to pull away with a dub in this game because of the fact that, we didn't get off to too hot of a start. We allowed the 2 first goals in the game, and the refs weren't really for us. The 1 goal that when we were trying to rally back in the second period was disallowed. When McDavid scored, it was disallowed. It just wasn't really ending up to be very good. So let's get into this goal scoring summary and give you a full picture of the story throughout this game. So Michael Stone scored the very first goal of the game here for the Calgary Flames, an absolute howitzer from the point that got through Mike Smith. Now, this was unfortunate because Zach Hyman blocked the first shot, which broke his stick. And then right after that, Puljujärvi was covering the man, which he blocked the first shot, and it bounced right back towards Stone. Puljujärvi didn't know where it went, and Stone just blasted one right in the back of the net for the Calgary Flames to give them that 1-0 lead to start off the game. And then once again, Brett Ritchie scored his second goal of the season against us once again. Again, man, he scored against us again. 2 goals in the past 2 games is just absolutely ridiculous for Brett Ritchie, but what a bomb from Branson from the point. Mike Smith wasn't able to swallow it up well enough, and it went right in the back of the net. Bouchard didn't do a great job of covering Brett Ritchie in front of the net either, but Mike Smith needs to do a better job of swallowing that type of shot. That's a shot that you usually should make, but he was too over to the left, and he allowed his blocker to take a brunt of that slap shot, which had just squeaked right through, and Ritchie was able to pick up the rebound and throw it right into the back of the net for the Calgary Flames to give them that 2-0 lead and give them a really, really good start to this game. But do not worry, Duncan Keith, the old man, the leadership, gets us a massive goal, getting his first goal of the playoff, and is the oldest Oiler in history to get register a point in the postseason, or a goal in the postseason, I meant, which is just crazy. But it was an absolute howitzer from Duncan Keith. It was a nice step up, nice pass from McDavid to set him up, and he threw it right into the back of the net to give us a big goal. Then heading into the second period, Tyler Foley starts the period off with a big power play goal to give him a 3-1 lead. It was an absolute great pass. It was unfortunate that Nurse didn't have his stick on this play either, so he wasn't able to block up the pass. And I know one of the analysts on the Sportsnet feed was like, Yamamoto should hand Nurse his stick, but Yamamoto's like 5'7", man. Handing Nurse a stick is like handing him a fucking little hockey stick, one of those little hockey sticks that you play ball hockey with. Yeah, that's what would be Yamamoto handing a Nurse. It would be useless. He wouldn't be able to play defense. It would be more useful if Yamamoto kept his stick, just because Nurse wouldn't have been able to use it. It would have been useless to him. So they made a great pass over to Tyler Foley. He ripped it right past Smith, and that was the last goal of the game for the Flames, as the Oilers started stampeding back. You had Hyman almost get a goal. Of course, though, the ref was too immature, blew a load, and he blew the whistle way too fast. And so yeah, the ref was honestly just way too premature with his whistle and blew it way too quick, which is unfortunate. I felt like we were starting to rally back, and this was a big chance for us. This was a massive chance. Martian was standing on his head a little bit, making some big saves, and we were able to push the tempo a little bit. We were able to push the tempo, not tempo. Come on, buddy. But it got fucking blew too quickly. And then Connor McDavid scored a goal, but it was goalie interference, or Draisaitl, I guess, scored the goal. But it was goalie interference, of course, so it was disallowed once again. So McDavid, being so pissed off, he went out there and he was passing everyone. Passed it over to Drysdale. Drysdale sauced it over to McDavid. He set up Keith. Keith set up McDavid. He dangled his way in, broke Markstrom's ankles, and got a big goal for the Edmonton Oilers. And everyone was like, it's a goal! Let's go, baby! And fucking let's go. Edmonton Oilers are just down by 1. The game is 3-2. McDavid getting his 6th. Now we're on the power play. A 4-minute power play as Yamamoto got stick high up in the face as Stone went to the box. Kane gets a handle of it, sends it up to Keith. Keith over to Bouchard. Bouchard tees it up for a big old booch ball, and he sends it right into the back of the net for his 2nd goal of the playoffs. And the game is tied up at 3. And then heading into the 3rd period, Zach Hyman shorthanded. Great stick by Nuge to poke it forward. Zach Hyman on a breakaway looking for his 1st goal of this game, and he's dashing in, and he flips it bar down right past Jacob Markstrom, and that is the game, not the game-winning goal. Well, yeah, technically is the game-winning goal, but it's the goal that gave us the lead. And Zach Hyman scored his 5th goal of the season, and what a beauty it was. And then almost the Flames scored a goal, but hey, guess what? The ref once again was way too premature and blew it way too quick, and gave us a little bit of breathing room. Thank goodness it evened out the playing field, as they had one goal that was blew way too quick, and we also had one that was blew way too quick, so that made me happy. And then Leon Draisaitl also got a breakaway. Smith chipped it up the boards. Leon Draisaitl dashed up, and he shoveled it right past Markstrom to get his 7th goal of the playoffs. And the Oilers take the dub 5-3 over the Flames, where we really did play in an amazing game. We really did step up our level. We stepped up our intensity. We played really good top 6-wise. But now let's talk about certain players. Now, the one weird thing that I did not like is how we continue to not play Puljujärvi a whole lot of minutes. It's kind of weird because he was playing really good alongside of Zach Hyman and Nuge. That Zach Hyman and Nuge line with Puljujärvi was one of our best lines throughout the entire night. But they only got about 6 minutes of playing time. Not just that, Puljujärvi only got 8 minutes to play out there. And I thought Puljujärvi was absolutely amazing for the Edmonton Oilers last night. He was all over the place. He was really engaged. He had a stick in the play, playing really well offensively. He generated some good opportunities, but for some reason, we just continue to ride him on the pine, and it absolutely makes no sense to me. When he plays like this, we should be playing him a lot more minutes than what he is playing. To be completely honest with you, he should be playing the minutes that Yamamoto and McLeod are playing, about 15 minutes. It really does not make any sense to me, in my humble opinion. I think we should be playing Puljujärvi a little bit more, especially with how well he's playing right now, especially defensively. He should be a guy that we'd be playing a lot more against the Calgary Flames, just especially with that stick. His stick is amazing out there, and I think we should be using him a lot more. And we did change up the lineups a little bit coming into this game to note as well. Fogle got submitted back in the lineup as Russell got benched. Fogle went alongside McLeod and Yamamoto, Archibald, Ryan, and Cassian, which we're going to be getting into that line a little bit later on, because that line was an absolute bombshell out there. They did nothing, and they are just completely useless. But Kane, Draisaitl, and McDavid, they had an alright night. They didn't get a whole lot of expected goals for that line, but they were pretty well. They did get some offensive generating, but they weren't one of our best lines. One of our best lines, like I said, Hyman, Nuge, Puljujärvi. They were all over the place. They played really well defensively. They only allowed 1 goal against, and that was the goal where Michael Stone scored. So I really don't blame them. They were pretty well defensively throughout the entire night, and they were just, I think, a very instrumental piece to the team, playing very well offensively and shutting down some of the top lines for the Flames. Fogle, McLeod, Yamamoto, they really didn't do a whole lot, you know. They played not bad defensively, but they weren't able to generate anything offensively. They weren't able to keep anything on their stick, and they weren't really able to do a whole lot. I did like when they teamed up Kane, McLeod, Yamamoto. They did a little bit of generating a little offense, but not as much as not an increased amount compared to the Fogle, McLeod, Yamamoto line, as I'm finding it hard to find some words right now. As Archibald, Ryan, and Cassian, they were just a bombshell. They couldn't move the puck out of their own zone. They couldn't do anything. They were super bad defensively. Pairing Archibald and Cassian is just not a smart idea. And pairing up Archibald on the third line is not a good idea either. You just got to remove Archibald out of the lineup right now, or you remove Cassian. One of the two, because Archibald was an absolute moron. I've seen him a lot of plays where he just decided to go for the hit instead of going for the puck and playing the smart play, which is absolute dumb. You need to go for the puck first, and that's just the way it should be. If you can get a hit in there, get it hit. But if you can't, if you're not going to be able to receive the puck, then just don't do the hit. It's dumb. Moving on to the defensive pairings, Nurse and CC had a pretty good night. They had a little bit of a rough start, but I thought they didn't do that bad near the end of the game. Keith and Bouchard really started picking it up offensively, and they were not bad defensively. They had a rough start. Like most of the players in the back end, they had a rough start, but they finished off the game quite well, and I thought Keith finished off the game quite well. But their best defensive pairing was Kulak and Barry. Kulak and Barry had an amazing night all night long. They played really well defensively. Kulak was really good. He didn't play a whole lot of minutes, but they were just really solid defensively whenever they were out there. And they just had simply a really good game for the Edmonton Oilers and helped us pull away with a big 5-3 victory here in Game 2, and now we're heading back to Edmonton as the Edmonton Oilers will be going up against the Flames for Game 3 in Edmonton on Sunday at 5 p.m. PST, which I will be live for that game, so make sure to tune into that. I will also be live early in the morning for the Tampa Bay Lightning versus Florida Panthers game as well, so make sure to tune into that as well. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Also to note, Connor McDavid with an historical night as well. He had 20 points in just 9 games, which is done for the first time since Mario Lemieux back in 1992. And he almost broke a record. If he got it in 7 games, that would have passed Gretzky. Gretzky had 20 points in 8 games. So McDavid has just been absolutely insane this playoff run. And it kind of sucks that Ken Holland didn't do anything to build a team around him, because, my God, I think we could be a killer team if, maybe if this group does mesh together and we just decide to start killing it. But, McDavid has been absolutely nuts this year. 20 points in 9 games. Absolutely crazy. Whoever has you for the fantasy, hockey, and playoffs, the person that's drafted you is absolutely thanking the Lord, because McDavid has been absolutely amazing. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.